cornbread is. And a lot of people will say, navy bean soup, that's not good. That, we want something extravagant, but eating simple is really the healthiest way to eat. And these people, when they come over to my house and I'm cooking it and they smell it, they'll swear there's meat. I'm cooking meat somewhere. And they don't believe that it's just vegetables because it's in the spices. It's in the turmeric and the cayenne and the sage. And a lot of us, unfortunately, just cook with Lawry's. We think like Lawry's seasoned salt is like the bomb.
Or the generic Lawry's.
Exactly.
Just say seasoned salt.
Right. That's not the business. If you just sitting there shaking on some Lawry's, you're cheating. Your food is not going to have that depth of flavor, and that's why sometimes we feel the need to go to a restaurant or out to eat because we can't get our food to taste as good as the restaurants do. That's because you're not using what they use. No 4-star restaurant's gonna use some Lawry's.
Oh no, and then one of the main issues is too that when you sit down and use that seasoning, whatever Lawry's or whatever generic seasoning salt is, you don't know how long whatever seasonings they use to formulate that particular one formula. You don't know how long that's been sitting around, and that's why if you cook at your own house and you say, oh, okay, I usually use this, and this, I'm gonna go to somebody else's house and make this same dish. And when you don't bring your seasonings and you try to make that dish over somebody else's house and you wonder, well, why it don't taste the same? I did everything the same because maybe they don't use ginger as much as you do. Maybe they don't use their cayenne pepper as much as you do, or their cilantro, or their thyme, or their clove or curry powder. So that means their seasoning been sitting there. And it loses what? It loses one, taste, and two, it loses its efficiency as a healer. Because all of these seasonings is herbs. You can make a tea with thyme. It can cure cough. Put some honey in it, cures cough. Cloves. People wonder why back when they was growing up, if you grew up in a household that cooks swine, why mama put cloves and pineapple on the ham. She might not know, but that's some slavery days. Cloves kills worms. What the swine got? See, all of these herbs, heal and kill certain things that can develop within our bodies, but we done forgotten that knowledge. So we just think it's something to have or this some bougie stuff, whatever, but it builds flavor. That's why if all somebody do is fry you some chicken with some salt and pepper on it, you be like, well, it was okay, wasn't that good? Because it ain't the chicken you in love with, it's seasoning, but you don't know that.
Wow, you just taught me something because I sure enough grew up eating some ham with some pineapple and the cherries and some cloves or whatever in it. And I had no idea. I just knew I liked it, but I had no idea the history behind it.
If we start looking at, I call myself a neo-food anthropologist because, I didn't go to school to do it, but I love it. If you go to any original culture that has any history of eating pork, one, you know that the pig was introduced, into their culture, especially like with the Indians of the so-called Indians or Native Americans of the wilderness of North America. The white man introduced the pig here, and the pig started eating all their roots and vegetables, and then the Native American could survive started eating the pig. But all original people who has ever eaten a pig, in the Hawaiians, whatever, when you see how they serve that pig and cook it, they got to throw all types of pineapple, coconut milk, cloves, all types of stuff in there. And all those things are stuff that kill parasites.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I know we look down on each other sometimes and say, that's slave food, we was doing it to survive, but our people wasn't no food neither. They said, this white man trying to kill us, but we gonna live. We gonna live. Let me pull this bay leaf up off this tree and crush it, y'all. No, let me clean myself out 4 times out the year. We nowadays we not dying from a slave diet. We dying from this post modern going to the store getting Cheetos and putting cheese whiz on it, Italian beef and nachos and just eating all. The slaves didn't eat this. The slaves don't know nothing about a White Castle. The slaves didn't know nothing about microwave dinners. The slaves didn't know nothing about that. So you can't keep putting it on them. You can't put that on them.
And that's true. And it is really sad now that I'm thinking you said that because they did have a drive to live and to survive and to thrive. And it would be so great if we did that today, because we have, as far as choices, we can go buy what we want, eat what we want. Today, we're choosing to do this. I mean, yeah, I know the media influences you and you think it's easier and it's convenient and it's not important, but this is all on us. We're killing ourselves today. It's nobody's fault but us, because we're going for the okie doke.
Oh yeah, you're exactly right. It's time out. If you want to do better, you have to put in the work to do better. Anytime when I first started, when me and my husband got together, he's a vegan. So though I wasn't eating a lot of meat, I was still a heavy meat eater at the time. And because I love to cook and my mother always cooked, it was nothing. The first dish my mother made for my husband before she passed was she made some navy bean patties. And she cooks them, and my mother would eat pork and all that other stuff, but she loved to cook. If you came to her house, all she wanted to know was what you eat. And she didn't turn her nose up. She always said, well, you cook that man what he eats. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And so she would cook those navy beans. Today was just about salt. Put some chopped onion, some chopped green onion in there, some salt and pepper, a little bit of paprika, and pat it down like to the consistency of mashed potatoes. And then mash it in your hands like a burger, like a patty, and roll it in some whole wheat flour. And then you sprinkle a little paprika on both sides, and she fried that. And she served that over brown rice and a chopped avocado salad. And that's his favorite dish to this day. And that's something simple. And if you had to, I know some people don't eat canned foods, but if you have to, you can get some canned navy beans and do that, without having to soak it and things of that sort. But that's simple. A bag of navy beans, soak it, cook it, mash it, fried. You don't want to fry every day, but that's simple. And I sold for those in plate lunches. Let me tell you, meat eaters, pork chop eaters was getting 2 or 3 trays of that. Something as simple as that. And we have to. I bring that up to say, if you really want to cook healthy, even amongst those that don't cook healthy, you can find recipes. I'm always looking at the Food Network. The Food Network rarely cooks anything that my family eats. But what I gain from watching it is how they layer flavors, different techniques in which to, like if you're making something that's maybe like a cream of mushroom soup, I make cream of mushroom and I use coconut milk to do it. I use the Thai Kitchen brand, which is an Asian brand, and I usually get the organic. And to do that, even when I do my vegan macaroni and cheese, I put a pinch of nutmeg. And I learned that from the Food Network. Anytime they make what they call a bechamel or something like that, some type of cheese sauce or whatever, creamy type thing, they put a pinch of nutmeg. It really makes a difference. So I don't use dairy, but I learned something. So we got to stop putting limitations on ourselves, thinking, well, now I can't do this, now I can't do that. No, now you have to actually cook, though. And so you still use them Food Networks and those cookbooks, and once you know how things taste, a lot of things that we think came from the pork, or it was the fat. So then how you build your fat? If you're making greens and now you don't have the pork meat, now you don't have the pork turkey meat, what you do, you can saute your onions and your garlic and everything like that in a separate skillet with a little bit of oil, and then scoop that and put that in your greens. Now you done got your smoked meat, but it ain't meat. You done just flavored it. You can even put a little liquid smoke if that's what you want. I don't do liquid smoke, but that's how you would layer, put some crushed red peppers in a separate skillet and kind of cook that, then put that in your greens. Now you done flavored your greens separate from meat, your smoked turkey meat, smoked pork meat, or whatever like that. So, we just got to, as they say, think out the box, but everything is there for your, disposal.